cameraman number 3, number 3 tonight. I am falling in the world, brother.
I'm in Gloucester City! Welcome to SuperKrazee Pro Wrestling. This is Friday Night Fully Charged. Our opening contest is a singles bout set for one fall.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Christopher Bristow on this stick here with Sexy Ben Rivers and Jason Heat at the Pine Grove Civic Association here in Gloucester City, New Jersey. And enter in Patrick Raymond for this opening contest. Hello, Jason.
Hello. We are here for Friday Night Fully Charged, coming to you from SuperKrazee Pro Wrestling, and a man who most recently fought not only in his very first pro wrestling match in his career, but also for the SuperKrazee Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship, the Eagle Eye Patrick Raymond. How far the mighty have fallen.
Wow, it's amazing because I was actually in the audience just as a spectator for that event, and the level of ferocity that he came out of the gate was coming through.
Patrick Raymond had a plan. He executed it to near perfection. He managed to assault. Oh, wait, we're going to hear from
wait.
Before this match begins, I'd like to remind you all that my name is Patrick Raymond.
Nobody cares.
I'd like to recap on what happened last month. You see, I faced your president, Samael Fawzi. And I did. I lost. He took my moment, what was supposed to be my moment. But you know what? Tonight I get my moment.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
So Tyger, the great Watson.
Well, whatever it is that Patrick Raymond wanted to say to Tiger Watson, he's going to have to say it in the ring to his face, and not with his words, but with his fists and his feet.
Actions speak louder than words, but here comes in a former Skid Row heavyweight champion, Tiger the Great Watson.
Tiger Watson is on a mission to regain that Skid Row heavyweight championship currently held by his former stablemate, Tiberius Asante. He was felled by Tiberius several months ago, and now, similar to Patrick Raymond, has to start from the ground and work his way back up to title contention.
Climbing up that mountain trying to grab that brass ring.
Very different life mentalities between these two competitors. Tiger Watson, famous for his saying, you gotta wake up. You gotta be a little bit better every day. You gotta earn everything. Whereas Patrick Raymond literally manipulated events, concocted a pretty genius plan to get a heavyweight title shot as his debut match as a pro wrestler. Let's be clear right now in this ring, we're talking about a veteran in Tiger Watson and a man in Patrick Raymond who is having the second match of his career.
And in SuperKrazee Professional Wrestling, Patrick Raymond's second match is also against Tiger Watson, who's been around the business for some time.
Now let's not mistake a lack of in-ring experience as a competitor as a lack of familiarity with pro wrestling. Patrick Raymond was a former senior official here at SuperKrazee Pro Wrestling, so no one knows the rules and just how far they can bend them without breaking them as well as Patrick Raymond does.
You say Raymond? No.
But you cannot discount the experience disparity here, though Patrick Raymond acquitting himself very well, a product of the Skid Row Academy. We are going to see a lot of members of our home team represented tonight. Chris, of course, I think Patrick Raymond is maybe the one student no one wants to take credit for.
I highly agree with that statement, Jason, and that shoulder block leveling Tyger Watson to the mat.
Let's go, Tyger.
Float over. Deep arm drag.
Incredible agility by Tyger.
Double
Watson.
time. Back elbow from Watson.
And that's just the conditioning that comes from reps. That's going to come in time for Patrick Raymond, but in the meantime, he's going to have to show that he is as tenacious as he is cunning if he's going to win this match. Now catching Tyger Watson.
Oh, face first right into the top turnbuckle.
An unassuming power and dropping Tyger Watson very hard down on the head and neck.
High angle back suplex right on that neck and that shoulder.
Immediately into a cover, only two, but you see Tyger Watson clutching the upper body in agony. A lot of damage done in very short order.
Forearm shots from Patrick Raymond.
Patrick Raymond made a huge statement coming in and assaulting our president, our champion, Samael Fawzi, after a match where Fawzi was already injured, goading.
We call that a mission statement, Mr. Heat.
And mission accomplished in terms of establishing a name, establishing a brand, in terms of getting a title shot. But it was a definitive victory for Fawzi. Ultimately, it was Patrick Raymond's own body that failed him in that match. Now we're going to see whether or not Raymond learned and he can go the distance against Tyger Watson, holding onto that rope nearly as long as the 5 count allotted.
Choking Tyger Watson along the ropes here, shoving him into the top of that turnbuckle.
If you want to test your conditioning, Chris, you go up against an athlete like Tyger Watson. Tyger Watson may not win every match, but his body never quits on him.
Those are some heavy shot kicks right to the face and the sternum.
We are seeing exactly the kind of violence that Raymond brings.
2 count.
Great positioning there by Patrick Raymond, who can't afford to get frustrated here. Again, match number 2. Still has to learn how to pace himself in the ring.
And the crowd is just lambasting Mr. Raymond in the ring.
Tyger Watson has become a significant fan favorite here at SuperKrazee Pro Wrestling. Fair to say, Patrick Raymond much the opposite.
Tyger Watson had that pendulum swing where he was tempted by the dark side with the revelation, but he's come to his senses. Now with the crowd behind him and these forearm shots to Patrick Raymond, will he reign victorious?
Tyger Watson trying to escape the bear hug there.
Another bear hug.
Patrick, Tigers and bear hugs, oh my.
Belly to belly suplex, overhead suplex at that, and a cover. And a 2 count.
Great lateral press, and we're seeing the damage that was done to Tyger Watson's shoulder really pay dividends there for Raymond. It's making it harder and harder for Tyger Watson to kick out.
You said it before, tenacious. Patrick Raymond is showing tenacity right now in grinding away with this side headlock.
We're going to see how mentally resilient the Eagle Eye is. Coming off that big loss, can he turn things around? Can he face adversity?
Look at these forearm shots leveling Patrick right to the corner.
Right underneath the chin. Great placement.
And that flying forearm and a leg lariat levels Patrick Raymond.
This is the incredible, uncanny agility of Tyger Watson.
Superman-esque elbow.
Wake up, put in the work, boots to asses. That is the Tyger Watson mentality. We're seeing it play out right now in front of us.
Float over, goes for the cover. And a 2 count.
But great awareness there by Patrick Raymond, who immediately, maybe instinctually, tried to roll onto his stomach, thus forcing Tyger Watson to expend even a little bit of extra energy to push Raymond back to the shoulders on the mat position.
I wholeheartedly agree, but you said it yourself. He is a former referee, so he knows the ins and outs and how to get out of those pinfalls.
He knows knows how to weasel his way through a potentially controversial call, but right now it has been very well met between both competitors, very surprisingly evenly matched.
Oh, Patrick Raymond's trying to go in for the crossface. He's trying to go in for the crossface. Almost has it locked. Reversal.
Tyger Watson nearly getting his head cut off there by the Eagle Eye, who has had his eyes on the prize this entire match so far. Are we surprised to see Patrick Raymond be so effective as a pro wrestler in only his second match?
No, we are not surprised because now he's going up, getting ready to... Oh, wait.
And there's the experience from Tyger Watson.
There's big, sexy Ben Rivers making his debut here on the mic.
Hi, guys.
Jackknife here by Tyger Watson, catches Raymond.
And a 3 count. Tyger Watson wins.
And listen to this crowd.
Patrick Raymond is beside himself. Look. He can't believe he got beat by a jackknife cover.
Patrick Raymond proves that he is tough as nails, but ultimately, it's unbridled athleticism, explosivity, and experience that gets the win for Tyger Watson as he gets one step closer to challenging Tiberius Asante once again for that Skid Row heavyweight title Tyger Watson so covets.
What does this do with the mentality for Patrick Raymond? No, this is his second loss in a row, debuting 1-2 LL. Like, what's this going to do? Is this going to make him a far more, caged animal? Cornered wolf, mind you.
It's either going to light a fire or it's going to put one out for the sake of his career. Gotta hope that it's lighting that fire.
I mean, I would hope so, too. You know what they say. Fool me once, shame on me. Or shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. If he does it a third time, it's going to really piss him off.
Truer words never spoken.
Thank you, sexy Ben Rivers.
Patrick, come on. Come on, Patrick. Come on, Patrick. Come
If you're just joining us, Patrick Raymond refusing to leave the ring, being summoned by the referees, and now deciding not to leave through the locker room, but walking out the front door.
What does he have to gain with this?
This is basically a self-excommunication from the locker room. Patrick Raymond making a very strong statement that he does not consider himself to be part of the SKPW locker room.
Our next contest is a tag team bout set for one fall.
We got a debut right now in the tag team division as James Gray and Jermaine, better known as Mob Hill, are making their debut here at SuperKrazee Pro Wrestling Fully Charged.
Jermaine Network and James All Day Gray from Mob Hill.
James Gray in the long tights, Jermaine in the jersey, and together they say they are nothing but a bunch of degenerate SHIT.
And enter in your next tag team, who's been on a win streak since they have formed.
These two gentlemen have been teaming together since August. They are coming in with 2 straight wins, looking to officially make that a streak tonight.
Oh, wait a minute. Yo, cuz Daniel Ascencio and Big Rock are now in the building.
It's game time, baby!
It may not surprise you to learn that Big Rock is the larger of the two. Daniel Ascencio in the blue t-shirt. And Big Rock, an SKPW legend, has taken Big Rock has taken Daniel Ascencio under his wing, and since he has done so, we have seen the career of Daniel Ascencio blossom.
Very, very well put.
Big Rock, the big brawler from South Philly, going up against a couple fellow statesmen, citymen, although Mob Hill representing West Philly, I'm not specifically aware of any West Philly, South Philly beef. Is that something on the table?
No, there's nothing on the table with the beef in Philly. We're all brotherly love here.
That is a lie. Are you a politician? Because you know how to lie through gritted teeth, and we are starting off with Jermaine against the Big Rock.
You have to talk to my ex about being a politician. Hang on 1 second, sir.
I refuse. I'd rather deal with a pro wrestling promoter than a bitter ex. Jermaine and Big Rock. The size discrepancy is evident, but Jermaine getting a little bit of pump on before going up against Big Rock.
I mean, that's a lot of pump for such a small man.
I think this is a case where it's a matter of comparison. Jermaine isn't a small man. Big Rock is just a small mountain.
Collar elbow tie up, and the plateau of Big Rock is now just putting him in. Oh, Jermaine's biting his hand.
Whatever you got to do to change your fortunes.
Oh, a blocking shot from Big Rock.
That's Big Rock. That's like poking the bear. And we know what happens when you poke the bear.
Now Big Rock is biting Jermaine.
Apparently the bear bites back.
Exactly.
Jermaine desperately trying to make a tag to the all-day advocate. His tag team partner, James Gray. Very late on his feet is Jermaine.
I'm choosing Big Rock over the bear.
I mean, yeah. If the bear has $10 and Big Rock has $10, Big Rock has $20.
It's a win-win-win.
Pretty sure the internet has proven you should fear a man in the woods more than a bear, so that all tracks based on the math.
Math is mathing.
And now it seems like Jermaine has out-wrestled Big Rock, though Big Rock continued to outpower Jermaine, and they're a little bit of technical acumen by the South Philly brawler.
And look at the technical prowess of Jermaine and Big Rock at the same time. They're going move for move, something that you wouldn't see from the big man.
Well, Jermaine making Big Rock wrestle his match, and now a cradle, and Big Rock flopping out.
And that was a 2 count. And this is just more of a mental game. This is like saying, I can get a 2 count on you that quickly.
Jermaine had to work for it. Mob Hill, so far we've only seen Jermaine in the ring and literally wrestling circles around Big Rock.
And an arm drag pulling the big man down.
We're getting a sense of frustration here from Big Rock, who is walking into this match not at 100%. Big Rock is suffering from a hamstring injury. He was touch and go leading up to this match, whether or not he would be cleared.
Blocking shot again. Rocky X knocking out Drago with that shot.
When in doubt, hit him in the mouth.
Right. When in doubt, knock some teeth out.
Couple knee shots, putting Jermaine in a stalling suplex.
Wow.
Hitting the mat.
Wow. That's like jumping off of the Statue of Liberty.
Jermaine's feet were nearly touching the ceiling, and Big Rock
French,
was
you know.
debating tagging in Daniel Ascencio and deciding he still has a little bit more in him.
He does the all-day advocate. James Gray, here we go.
Big Rock was basically asking Daniel Ascencio if he really thinks he's ready for the tag, and I believe it cost Big Rock, who's taken a lot of punishment so far.
Did you see the disrespect of just James Gray just snotting all over Daniel Ascencio?
Flicking boogies, right?
Yeah, man.
Unhygienic.
We don't do that in the post-COVID era.
You certainly shouldn't.
I think we can sue for that, right? Isn't that assault with a weapon?
That is assault with a deadly weapon.
Technically, you can sue for anything. You just might not win. And they're a little bit of the Larry, Moe, and Curly by Mob Hill.
And that elevated leg drop with the assistance from Gray.
Quick tags here by Mob Hill.
And it makes sense, keeping that big man, that tank.
Great tag team continuity and taking advantage of the unforced error with Big Rock refusing to tag in his partner. This is the first time we've really seen friction between Rock and Ascencio.
Misses with that elbow drop. Big Rock rolls out of the way.
And can Big Rock finally swallow his pride and tag in wrestling's greatest blessing? And he does.
Daniel's in. Deep clothesline. Another clothesline to Jermaine. Drop kick to Gray. Senton by Jermaine.
That was a short-lived flurry there for Daniel Ascencio.
Reverses it out. Super kick to his own partner.
Accidental friendly fire already. Big Rock in. That was not a lot of time to recover, guys.
Downtown. Uppercuts.
Big Rock did not win that game of Red Rover.
And trying to double Irish whip. Big Rock stops him in the tracks and just 2 shots right to the head.
Don't know if you ever played the X-Men arcade game, but nothing can move the blob, and it seems the same can be said of the boulder.
Now, let's not forget, Big Rock and Ascencio are already started at a disadvantage. They are not a well-oiled machine as Jermaine, he looks like a Cole, actually.
Well, incredible continuity here by Mob Hill, who are really showcasing that they are the more well-oiled team, as you said, Big Sexy.
Absolutely, look at it.
Daniel's in.
Still don't think Daniel is legal, though. And Big Rock catching his partner. These two got to get on the same page. They got to get on the same page quickly.
Big Rock and Ascencio exchanging words.
Not sure what
Blaming each other.
changed in the last month, Big Sexy, but it's not good!
Oh!
Jermaine floats over that top rope, taking out Rock and Ascencio.
In bowling, we call that a strike, gentlemen.
Absolutely. A home run.
Rock being rolled into the ring. Ascencio getting a boot for measure.
Effectively a drive-by, just catching strays.
Elevated double stomp.
Both men putting their weight on Big Rock, who
And
still...
Rock kicks out.
Wow! The seismic activity that launched Mob Hill into the air.
That was definitely a 4.7 on the Richter scale with a 2 count.
Listen, they don't call him the toughest out of SOB to come out of SP for nothing.
Tag made again into Daniel Ascencio. Are things going to be a little bit different this time from the Muay Thai master?
Drop kick to Jermaine.
And a low drop kick too, almost suckering Jermaine in there.
These educated kicks. Catches. And Zagori.
Very hard to prepare for if you are not a master of that particular martial art, but Daniel Ascencio is struggling, barely can stand. One of his legs may be compromised, Chris.
Now that you mention it, it's hard to see that he can't put that much weight on it.
Tag made into Jermaine.
A wind-up windmill punch.
Ascencio is stunned and stomped into silence. Big Rock has seen enough. This is not a legal move, but it is necessary to try and stop a very difficult loss.
And Gray with boots to Rock. Ascencio with a boot to Gray.
It's a total slobber knocker.
For the first time in this match, things are even, but it is completely broken down.
Yeah, the ref needs to get control of what's going on.
You can't win like this.
You can do a lot of damage, though.
Double spear!
Wow. Big Rock and Little Rock.
Did that make him Pebble?
The boulder and the pebble, like a bunch of rolling stones.
Absolutely. A couple of earthbenders.
Death from above. And the blessing is going to fly.
And a 3 count.
And from the jaws of defeat, victory comes to these two.
The trials and tribulations that these two showed, the friction that they had, and still able to overcome, is a testament to them working through what's going on.
This was a success. This is going to go down as a win in the record books, but it is clear that there are cracks in the foundation of Big Rock and Daniel Ascencio, and between now and next month's Fully Charged, they would do very well to work through this and get on the same page, because that was not an easy or guaranteed victory.
Our next contest is a singles bout set for 1 fall.
Shut up, you bozo, and let me do the call.
A man that literally needs no introduction, but he's going to give himself one anyways.
You actually want to listen to some jackass in a pink sweatsuit?
Yes.
You see, that loser in the New York Giants hat, the gentleman behind the camera who's never lifted a damn weight in his life, all people like you are the things that piss me off about pro wrestling. But lately there's something that makes me more mad about pro wrestling shows than anything on the entire planet. And it's when losers like Four Eyes and his Dumbo-looking son sitting next to him.
That's messed up.
That's why you don't lose, because you're rejecting Mr.
When
Queen.
losers or like this jackass wearing a Pittsburgh Pirates hat, he didn't even know Pittsburgh's in the same state as us.
It's not.
When you guys sing along to these catchy themes,
I didn't know we were doing a geography lesson.
You clap your hands and you have a good time, and you think the show here is about each and every one of you. But let me tell you, you are not the show. I am the goddamn show. Pal, don't clap your arms together too much. You might have a heart attack. But let me make something very clear to each and every one of you ringside, and each and every one of those jackasses in the locker room. I don't want to hear you singing. I don't want to hear you dancing. I don't want to hear you clapping along with whatever jackass comes out of that curtain. Because I swear, not on anybody's life, but my lovely, lovely dog at home, the only animal that's worth taking care of, including this double R ringside, that if you sing or dance to this jackass, I will personally knock his lights out on your behalf. You will all bow down to me, and who am I? I'm the next SuperKrazee heavyweight champion. I am the MECC. I am the Mecca, Brian Johnson.
Some caustic words from the Mecca.
Wrestlers. Bend them on my knee. Bend them on my knee and sing you a melody. Bend you on my knee and give you this memory. Gonna LeChord man's Marine Band. The LeChord man can hit it.
Brian Johnson said he has no interest in singing. He's got no interest in dancing because he cannot feel anything in his soul, let alone the music. But such is not the case with this man making his debut, the traveling blues man, Malt LeChord.
Malt LeChord. Well, he's not gonna get Brian Johnson to cha-cha real smooth, you know.
A pro wrestler in the vein of Robert Johnson, but instead of selling his soul to the devil, he made a pact with a hyena spirit, and now he roams the countryside as a problem solver and a wanderer.
Oh, starting off right away. MLJ, our ring announcer, ducking in cover for dear life, getting out of there.
And has officially started the angriest man.
Introducing his opponent, Malt LeChord.
Ah, that's awesome. Malt LeChord.
He wanders, finds himself in town. He's a man of many odd jobs. In addition to being a professional wrestler here in New Jersey, I also know he has been working a case as a detective. Really? Yeah, solving crimes and also battling the Mecca.
Wow.
A lover of wine, women, and song is Malt LeChord.
I would love to go on a private eye investigation with him.
I think you'd be a liability, both of
We
you.
could all be gumshoes.
Yes, we can.
I don't think you can, actually.
I need to get the hat, though.
I think you need a license.
That's true.
And
Not
skills.
if I'm
That is a
assisting.
fact.
I'm assisting.
There's a lot of things you both are, but inconspicuous is not one of them.
I mean, but isn't that
Depends on the time of day.
But isn't that inconspicuous in itself? That we're so not inconspicuous?
Malt LeChord has had Brian Johnson in that abdominal stretch, but Brian Johnson may be many things. Angry, cunning, cerebral, also a phenomenal professional wrestler.
The Mecca, Brian Johnson, has traveled the world in ROH, Japan. You name it.
Mecca very much having a moment in the sun right now. They say it takes 10 years to be an overnight success. For Brian Johnson, it was 15. But there has not been a time in this man's career that his star has burned brighter than these last few months. And he is, I have been told by SuperKrazee Pro Wrestling Management, that if he gets another win here in this company, he is in line for a title shot at the title of his choosing.
So
I can confirm that. Yes, that is absolutely correct.
So you said 15 years and 10 years. So the reason why he took 15 years was because of his attitude, not...
Brian Johnson has often been his own worst enemy, and he's been a lot of people's worst enemy. So it says something that he's been worse to himself than anyone else.
Oh, vicious knife-edge chop.
Slicing the chest of Malt LeChord.
Cutting that rocks with that drink, with that knife-edge chop.
Malt LeChord making his debut here in SuperKrazee Pro Wrestling. You never know when this man's going to blow into town, sipping down some Blackheart rum and causing trouble.
I'm a Crown Royal man. I don't know about you.
I am straight edge.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Squarest man in wrestling.
I just drink. But I'm more, into the herbal remedies.
Brian Johnson showing his disdain for the accoutrement to pro wrestling, the claps, the cheers, the dances. Feels like this needs to be a pure athletic contest. No fuss, no muss.
That massive forearm shot to LeChord. And he's just... Johnson would spend more time, instead of jaw-jacking with the audience.
Well, Brian Johnson is a noted multitasker. He is able to put a beating on his opponent and a verbal beating on the crowd all at once.
Well, because he said the word. You say multitasker, I say jackass, but there's
a backslide there.
Right
And Malt off with his head by Brian Johnson.
Keeping a hold of that ripcord.
And now that Allen Iverson inspired step over coming up right now.
Yes, I like this part.
Just got hit by the locomotive.
Wow.
Turning LeChord inside out and right side up. He needs to catch a breather.
He beat the alcohol out of him.
And I believe that Brian Johnson may have taken the harmonica.
Wait a minute. What's he doing with the harmonica?
It's not sanitary. You don't blow into another man's harmonica.
That's what she said.
You don't know where that has been, and I assure you, if Malt LeChord's mouth's been on it, it's been in a lot of places.
Absolutely. I definitely don't want to know where it's been.
Quite a few speakeasies and flop houses.
Massive knife edge chop sending LeChord down to the mat.
Usually it's Mecca versus everyone, but tonight it's Mecca versus everything, including the very concept of music.
Listen, music has wonderful healing factors.
If you had to get rid of music or pot, which would you do?
This is who you cheer for!
I'm gonna plead the fifth tonight.
I'm gonna say pot because music's been medically proven to kill cancer.
Off the corner, gotta get him off the corner, come on.
So is pot.
No, that's not true.
Oh, no,
That is not true.
It can delay it.
Brian
kill it.
Johnson killing all the chances so far of Malt LeChord having a successful debut.
Still blowing the harmonica.
And an enziguri from LeChord to Mecca, leveling Brian Johnson to the mat.
This is how infections are passed on. One harmonica to another.
They have a pill for that.
Both men down. Trying to feel the rhythm and make his way to his feet.
Mecca
Is
to a vertical base right now.
the Wanderer. Malt LeChord looking to turn things around right now.
LeChord coming up, head of steam, splash.
Wants to win this match so that he can get
And a front face bulldog.
LeChord up.
Oh, is that a second harmonica?
One good tune deserves another. And it is officially the People's Blow.
That was amazing.
Cover there. And Malt
And a
LeChord
kick out of two.
moments away from a huge upset.
Ready to distill that win over Brian Johnson. But now he's shucking and jiving in that corner.
But can you imagine what a win that would be if he pulls off a victory over the Mecca?
Incredibly huge. Mecca, a main eventer here in SKPW, as we said, always on the cusp of a title opportunity.
In his debut match.
Mecca was trying for behavior most uncouth and ends up causing Malt LeChord to attack the referee.
Inadvertent. Roll up. 1, 2, 3. Come on, ref, get out here.
With no referee, you can count as much as you want. This is basically a Milli Vanilli song in the sense that if,
Joe, you know it's true.
well,
I was just about to say that.
if a tree falls in the forest, did Milli Vanilli make a sound?
Yeah, I want to say they did because
No,
their cassette was in the 99-cent bin at Walmart.
they famously were not actually the musicians on their own music.
But
Listen,
they were
I
tapping
know.
their toes, though.
That's 2 times so far that Malt LeChord has clearly had Brian Johnson beaten, and he is saved by the lack of bell.
You want to hear something funny? So Millie sings himself now, and he sounds a lot better than the lip sync did.
You have to send me a mixtape.
I would definitely send you the single that's got him going.
Eye rake right there to Malt LeChord as Brian Johnson is taking advantage of the free and clear playfield, and he's shoving that harmonica where the sun don't shine.
Double forearm right to LeChord.
Well, now we know exactly where that harmonica has been, and it's worse than anything I could have imagined. And trying to kick the referee away, I'm pretty sure he's got both harmonicas now. A victory toque here by the Mecca Brian Johnson.
He said he wasn't going to dance.
All right. This is a bit hypocritical.
What are you doing?
Are you going to begrudge a man learning to love music, even if it's Brian Johnson?
I didn't use it.
Not at all.
However he gets there, let's embrace him.
Absolutely. It's never too
The
late.
rep is is yelling at the Mecca right now because he found the harmonica in his possession.
Technically a foreign object. Not really quite sure how he used it as a weapon, but now roll up there by Malt LeChord.
And a 2 count. Back elbow by LeChord. A straight right by Mecca.
No one throws a punch like Brian Johnson.
Shoulder block.
Brian Johnson now trying to fling Malt LeChord to the outside, but great balance by the Wanderer.
Come on, back in the ring, come on.
And the traveling man going all the way across the ring in one flying leap. Brian Johnson catches Malt LeChord.
And a 3 count. Final call and end chord there for a very game Malt LeChord with a memorable debut, though not a successful one. Not the victory he was looking for, to be looking at the ceiling, but Brian Johnson is the victor.
Now champions in this company are going to have to watch their back and be very, very careful because Brian Johnson is coming for them.
There's a lot of things. You shut your game out. Let me get right about this company. I'm changing. You earn my respect. Now be a man and shake my damn hand. Shake my hand. I'm the best. And shake my shaking hand.
And for the second month in a row, Brian Johnson extending a hand of respect. Last month it was to Flying Ryan O'Neal. This month to Malt LeChord. And this is the closest thing to emotional growth we have ever seen out of Brian Johnson.
The term out of pocket comes to mind.
He is still an insufferable oaf before the match, but apparently Brian Johnson has grown to be able to appreciate and respect a man who puts up a good fight.
Our next contest is a singles bout set for one fall.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tim Dynamite entering in. And correct me, who is he in tow with?
His personal assailant, Storm Cirafisi. And this is a match 1 year in the making because it was a year ago here in this very building that we experienced Tim Dynamite versus RULLO for the first time. And it has been a tremendous year for both of these men. We're about to find out who they are 1 year later.
That man in there right now, that little boy you see in there is a coward. And his big-nosed friend needs to stop sticking that big nose into his business.
Pretty sure it's not the nose that Storm Cirafisi has put into Tim Dynamite's business. It's actually his shoes. And they have been a real difference maker for Tim Dynamite. Those shoes have cost a lot of men a lot of wins. And they are expensive shoes.
And ladies and gentlemen, entering in through the curtain is none other than a student of Catchpoint Wrestling from former WWE star Drew Gulak in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We give you the man we call RULLO.
RULLO defeated Mike Z last month here at Friday Night Fully Charged and then called out Tim Dynamite after that match. He is looking to avenge his loss from that battle 1 year ago at Locked In. That was a match that cemented RULLO's place here in SuperKrazee Pro Wrestling.
Man, that I remember that match. That match had everything.
And introducing his opponent, fighting out of Newark, Delaware, this is RULLO.
1 year ago, RULLO lost to a very different Tim Dynamite. But 1 year later, it's a very different RULLO, who has grown, who has evolved, and who has improved, and has stated that unequivocally he can beat Tim Dynamite tonight.
You say 1 year ago, the start of this attitude change from Tim Dynamite when he took a series of losses, and after gaining the U.S. title, he challenged RULLO in one of these matches for an open challenge after his first one was Daniel Ascencio, I believe.
He did not challenge RULLO. He issued the open challenge.
Right.
And RULLO answered the call.
This match is officially underway. RULLO Dynamite 2. It's a very different RULLO. It's a very different Tim Dynamite. And of course, maybe the biggest change is that man in the pink polo on the outside. It's not a polo. My apologies. Still, the man in pink, Storm Cirafisi, who has said that the prophecy of Cirafisi is that Dynamite will win.
He said that?
Storm Cirafisi is a man of very few words, but the words that he has are emphatic.
I mean, all he did to me was grunt at me.
Well, he likes me more.
Okay.
I do pronounce his name right. That goes a long way.
It does go a long way.
Who grunted?
Storm.
Oh, the Raymond Calitri guy.
Okay.
With his big nose. Oh.
Everybody, go beat your ass tonight.
RULLO has been a very unexpected fan favorite. I think no one has been more surprised at the way the SuperKrazee crowd has taken to RULLO than RULLO himself, but it has motivated this young man. He has earned the adulation of this crowd with sweat and tears and talent.
RULLO has had bangers of matches with Devontes, with TJ Reno, and he's been coming up victorious in some of these matches and earning respect from these champions when they held the titles here.
But there's one loss that has been much like a storm cloud over top of him, and that would be the loss to Tim Dynamite, especially seeing how over the course of this last year, Tim Dynamite has really become a bully, and RULLO hates bullies. I mean, these are two men that would not have sat next to each other at the lunch table.
Well, that's a trauma bond we'll have to discuss in front of a therapist, but that drop kick puts Tim Dynamite outside the ring.
Well, in so many ways, wrestling is therapy for RULLO. He wears that on his sleeve and in his fishnets. I mean, this is a man that is working through some issues very publicly and very powerfully, because that speaks to a lot of people to see someone wrestle with maybe some of their own sense of insecurities so physically, so publicly, and so successfully in the ring.
Absolutely. I know I sure relate to RULLO.
I mean, we all relate to RULLO. We want to punch Tim in the face.
that's not here nor there. I mean,
Tim
as long as
Dynamite.
it's not his nose is big.
Tim Dynamite very successfully trying to cool down Rullo right now, who is, to be perfectly frank, out wrestling Dynamite. And now Storm Cirafisi
There it is. There's that big ass nose.
physically interfering. That was a hand, not a nose. What is? Why the nose?
I was going to ask that to myself.
Look at it.
It looks perfectly.
Rullo dodges deep arm drag to Dynamite. Emphatic body slam.
Rullo able to pick up the pace. Really go into a second gear very quickly.
Here we go again. Look at him.
Cirafisi wearing that bright pink because it makes him a target. It makes him noticeable.
And that leg hook pulling Rullo out and a forearm shot. Oh, knife edge chop right to the chest.
Like him or hate him, and most people do the latter, Tim Dynamite has proven to be a master strategist in professional wrestling.
He's ever playing the forever game of chess to get into the mind of his opponents.
Sliding into the ring, breaking up the count. Now directing traffic. Wonder if Tim Dynamite was a patrol back in his high school days, because he certainly knows how to get people
He's instructing the crowd to move around.
out of the intersection.
Ladies and gentlemen, watch out.
Well, we knew this was going to be brutal. We knew this was going to be violent. But it looks like it may be Tim Dynamite searching for first blood.
Psyching out the crowd, and here comes Rullo flying outside the ring, leveling Storm.
Faked out that dive the first time, caught Cirafisi by surprise, and now this handicap match may be leveled into a one-on-one encounter.
Dynamite is beside himself, goes in for a punch right to the chest. Back elbow by Rullo. Rullo hovering over him now. Dynamite pulls him right into the middle turnbuckle, and these kicks are with just mustard on them. And then Storm with the haymaker of a shot right to the top of the head.
Like lightning right to the side of the temple of Rullo immediately.
Emphatic snap suplex, goes for a cover, to cocky one at that.
Dynamite was in to take advantage, to pick the bones.
That was not nice.
The crowd got silenced with that fake out from Dynamite, but now that leg right on the back of the neck, choking Rullo out.
No one here at the SuperKrazee Wrestling Center wants to see Tim Dynamite walk back to the mean streets of Royersford, Pennsylvania with a victory.
Knife edge chop by Dynamite.
No one wants to see him gain a victory.
And look at that! Look at that boot right to the head right there.
Tim Dynamite has squashed all momentum for Rullo, taking a moment to
And only a 1 count on that one.
We can definitely say this. Rullo is focused.
no more so than Dynamite. Dynamite, great positioning, center of the ring, and
Cover
only one.
Only one, man.
Stay down, Rullo.
That reverse neck breaker right into the pin cover and a 1 count. Now the leg right on top of that throat. He is taking it out of him.
This is a situation where you might say,
Oh, Storm with the boot right to the hip and the back.
Come on. Somebody get Storm Circus freaking his big nose out of there. Jeez.
Dynamite rolling in, looking to take control after Cirafisi did damage. Oh!
Kick right to the shoulder blades.
Rullo, look at him. He ate that for dinner.
And Rullo, the switch is flipped.
Jesus.
You see Rullo,
And he's getting right back up.
Oh, he is pissed.
Body slam, elbow drop, goes for a cover, Dynamite does, and only a 2.
kick out with authority there by Rullo, who is starting to seethe.
You see that shrill that he let out?
And that comes from anger. Now, Rullo has to be careful because if you let your emotions get to you, it can be fatal in this matchup.
Rullo is completely energized by his emotions, though. That is part of legitimately being emo, is that he feels everything and he takes all of that out on his opponents, as we're seeing right now.
Look at this ferocity of strikes happening right now from Rullo, turning Dynamite inside out right to the turnbuckle. Double knees right into the turnbuckle, into a fireman's carry.
Slipping out the back door.
Double chops right to the solar plexus.
So far, Dynamite has an answer for everything Rullo has thrown at them. We are seeing how these two men have evolved over the years. So much more tenacity, even more heart from Rullo.
And they're going strike for strike now right there, Mr. Heat. Pele kick.
And it showcases that
and an enziguri from Rullo. Both men are down.
As cheap as Dynamite can get. Pinfall right here.
And a 2 count.
Tim Dynamite can wrestle his heart out when he needs to, which is what makes it all the more discouraging to see the man he's become.
And look at Rullo trying to call on for the crowd, trying to show what heart is about, and Dynamite dodges out of the way.
Not only dodging, catching Rullo,
and
forcing.
And enziguri of his own.
I'm taking his freaking head off!
Oh! A high elevated backdrop. Back suplex, I'm sorry.
Dynamite lands very, very rough on that head and neck, and that can be a complete game changer on behalf of Rullo.
Kick up, enziguri, fireman's carry.
Center of the ring, perfect positioning.
Like a modified TKO.
1, 2, come on, kid. Oh.
And a 3. Oh, 2 count. Almost a 3.
So close to avenging that loss, to getting the specter of Tim Dynamite off his back. And now Rullo looking to feed off this crowd.
Come on, Rullo. You win this match, I'm buying you dinner. Let's go.
Rullo had Dynamite in his sights, but Dynamite, whether intentional or just out of need, out of collapse, Dynamite falls to the ground.
Veteran maneuver, out of gas, rolling out of the ring. Rullo in pursuit.
Neither man can win on the outside, but you can do a lot of damage, and that is why Rullo immediately throwing Dynamite in. Doesn't want to give Cirafisi even a moment to get involved. We have seen how important it is for the referee to have his eyes.
And the shoe comes off again.
Come on, big nose.
Rake of the eye, shoe to the head. This one may be over.
A 2 count.
What?
Rullo kicked out.
Yes, kid.
The fire burns inside of Rullo, and now Dynamite is apoplectic.
Mouth agape, he's yelling at Storm like,
who knows if there's a plan B, a plan C, a plan Z, but that was plan A, and it did not go according to plan.
This is now plan 1F. Misses with the enziguri, went to the well too many times.
Rullo getting behind, but it's Dynamite that reverses. Off with his head.
Rullo with the cover. And Storm picks up Dynamite's leg and puts it on the ropes.
It's not fair, it's not right, but it is the given circumstances. If Rullo's going to win this match, he has to counter for Storm Cirafisi.
And Rullo is incited now.
He's incensed.
Chasing Storm right now.
And there we go.
And Tim Dynamite catches an unsuspecting Rullo, but still can't get the 3 count. DDT right on the top of his head.
And the standing DDT levels Rullo. 1, 2, 3.
Here we go. Big Nose gets involved again.
And the prophecy of Cirafisi continues to be accurate. When Storm is at ringside, Dynamite can't lose.
When is SuperKrazee officials are going to get privy to the knowledge that they need to ban him from ringside.
The man's got a valid manager's license. We've got a referee out here. They can only call what they can see. And right now, Cirafisi and Dynamite are running the table on their opponents.
Well, just like the law of justice is blind, they're not seeing the robbery that was done by RULLO.
This was meant to be the night that RULLO ascended, and instead, it is a showcase of Tim Dynamite and just how dominant and undeniable Dynamite has become.
The ghost of Locked In Past reigns supreme again. Tim Dynamite is your victor in round 2 between Dynamite and RULLO.
Our next contest is a trios bout set for one fall. It's always gang on top.
The Trios Open Challenge is on. This month it is being answered not by a stable, not by a faction, but by a gang. The city-wide street gang represented by long curly hair is Martin Hughes, big chillin', big villain. The man with the mouth and the baseball cap is Tom LaRosa, and the leader, the 15-year vet from Ireland, Shay Morgan.
Oh, but you hear that crowd turn up and get ready for your favorites of SuperKrazee. None other than the birthday boy himself. In tow with Primal Fear and Adrian Soriano Super Fresh. They are your double tag team champions, both Skid Row and SuperKrazee heavyweight professional wrestling.
Known for being all fight, no flight. And in recent months, they have been looking to shine a light on trios wrestling. They are hands down the most dominant unit in the history of this company, Chris.
We've seen them go toe-to-toe with none other than the Backseat Boys. We've seen them go toe-to-toe with the Revelation. How many other tag teams have Primal Fear defeated in their tenure?
Oh man, too many to start naming.
The Syndicate?
The Syndicate, absolutely.
The Lost Boys?
Yes. Oh yeah, one of my favorites.
The hometown heroes, the quarterbacks, the absolute legends of this building, Primal Fear, have been holding this open challenge, and so far they are undefeated against every trio they have brought into these doors.
4-time SuperKrazee tag team champions, 2-time Skid Row tag team champions.
If y'all haven't noticed, my man got on the birthday hat. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise. We can get to Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday! celebrate this special occasion, your best friends, Matthew Owen and Agent Soriano, we got your very special present. What is it? You guys want to see the presents that we got? Give it all.
Otter's excited.
Matthew!
Otter's always excited.
Present!
Get that present.
Get the present!
What is this?
It looks like a disco ball pinata.
That's for you!
It's gonna be a pinata of alcohol?
Come on in. Just be careful, don't break it just yet.
Yeah, that's my job. What is going on here?
So, Gabriel, your present is inside of this pinata. And the only way for you to get your present is for you to break open this pinata. You guys listen to Gabriel break the pinata!
This wasn't on my bingo card today to hear a pinata chant.
If you're Citywide Street Gang, you got to be asking yourself why this couldn't happen backstage.
You're gonna hang this up, right?
Because it's primal fear.
I'm just saying,
They don't know how we roll around here.
Citywide Street Gang may very well be within their rights to feel disrespected that instead of focusing on this match, Primal Fear is focusing on a pinata.
This is important.
They can be mad all they want, but it's the man's birthday.
You ready?
We all have one.
Let's put on a blindfold.
But it looks like he can. Wait a minute. If he misses, though, and knocks out Adrian Soriano.
And unsurprisingly, maybe don't turn your back or put a blindfold on in front of your opponents, especially when they're a gang. This match still is officially not started.
Out, calling for the bell.
And here we are. That is going to be Shea Morgan currently taking out his temper on the birthday boy, the Hellraiser.
Otter has already taken shots with that stick and a couple boots right to the middle of the back.
Shea Morgan wrestling for 19 years now, tagging in big chillin' Martin Hughes.
Hughes whips him off. Picks him up. Emphatic body slam.
They call him Hughes, I call him Huge. Both are right.
One and the same, and sometimes like Sesame Street, one is not like the other.
Potter desperately trying to make the tag.
Fingertips away. Try it again.
This could be the fatal flaw of Primal Fear as they become more and more successful in these challenges. Are they not taking their opponents seriously? Are they maybe getting a bit overconfident, Chris?
Pick up and a power slam. I agree with that, Jason, and a 2 count.
Almost a win there for the Citywide Street Gang.
Let's be fair, though. They are the undisputed tag team champions here at SuperKrazee.
Unified.
They are the undisputed men to beat in this company. I mean, they are truly the top of the food chain, but ultimately at some point you slow down, you look the wrong way, and you get eaten. Is tonight the night? Not sure. Wouldn't be a great birthday present for Hodder.
Absolutely not. I know I'd be pissed.
That face to the knee, and then a swinging clothesline puts tag in the Hughes.
Big man continuing to do big damage on the Hellraiser. Very bad part of town for Primal Fear.
And Hughes takes out.
Clearing the decks, and Soriano literally steps down.
There we go.
Super Fresh tagged in. Throwing his body into it.
Just like a guided missile. Wow. And that delayed super kick. And then another one.
A few men on the roster blend speed and technique the way Soriano does. And now Shea Morgan catching a boot.
Cleaning house.
And Super Fresh was so smooth, just changing position, but gets caught by big chillin' Martin Hughes.
Big chillin'.
I asked Shea Morgan, what was it about Martin Hughes that led you to recruit him? He said, just look at him, and who can argue with that?
I definitely can't argue with that.
And really, Hughes has done the vast majority of the damage on behalf of the citywide street gang.
He's now tagged in.
Irish born and bred, Shea Morgan with a 2 count, 19 years in the business, guys.
Wow. 19 years in the business, that picturesque elbow drop, and now grinding away with the rear naked choke.
Came to America chasing violence, Big Sexy.
Oh, they woke up today and chose violence.
And now tagged to the big mouth, Tom LaRosa asked, okay, you can take a look at Mark Hughes. What was it about Tom LaRosa? And he said, well, he downed a whiskey shot, and then a vodka shot, and then a lager shot, and a cider shot. Basically, he's tub-thumping Tom LaRosa.
And a shoulder tackle.
I didn't do it. He did. This is a man that can down his alcohol.
That is great.
Shoulder tackle right to
Starting to get a
Soriano.
new respect for the citywide street gang.
Citywide street gang, Matthew Hughes with that spine buster and a cover. And
But super smart. You saw Martin Hughes pulling Adrian Soriano to the center of the ring so that it would be less likely for Primal Fear to break up the count.
classic tag
But
team
that shows
action.
also great ring awareness by Hughes.
Absolutely, and now tub thumping versus Super Thresh. The Trillarosa versus Adrian Soriano.
Well, you said tough thumping. When he gets knocked down, he's not going to get up again. Super Fresh goes for the tag.
In comes Matthew Omen.
The Razorback.
And Shea Morgan, 2 heavy hitters on these teams. Iron Matt Omen. Taking on the Morgan. With 19 years, it's possible that Shea Morgan actually has the most experience of anyone in this match. That's very rare for a Primal Fear match, especially here in SuperKrazee.
To be one up in the experience column is a rare feat from Primal Fear.
And now it's LaRosa turning things around on Iron Matt Omen. Tag made to the birthday boy.
Boom! Takes his head off.
Multi-time tag team champions looking to raise a little hell, Chris!
Look at that double arm. Oh man, I'm so speechless right now. I can't even.
I'm like a kid in a candy store right now. Primal Fear is clear in the house.
Trillarosa just got turned upside down, inside out, and it is the big man Morgan who looks to be on the receiving end of full trios violence. We've seen this before. They called the play, and Martin Hughes looking to interrupt.
Oh my!
Friendly fire!
With that delay and that distraction, Super Fresh Adrian Soriano gets hit with the super kicks from his own team.
Great timing by the citywide street gang. Again, LaRosa and Omen, and this time LaRosa. Trillarosa does get one up on Iron Matt Omen.
Gabriel Hodder.
Wants to celebrate his birthday with a
doubt.
win.
Completely cut.
Oh my God!
Look at the height, the elevation.
Super Fresh. Tornado DDT.
Boom! Super speed by Super Fresh. All 6 men are down.
This is a sight to see, ladies and gentlemen. If you are not here, you're missing out. With all members down, Primal Fear and the citywide street gang are putting on a clinic.
These trios challenges have been a spectacle here at SuperKrazee Pro Wrestling, and there is nothing like being here live every month for Friday night, fully charged. What are you waiting for? Buy a ticket right now for next month.
Look what's happening in the ring, Jason. All men in the middle of the ring going blow to blow, shot for shot.
But it's the street gang up first to their feet.
Now all men are up to their feet.
Very evenly matched.
No, it's a straight out brawl.
That's what you get when you bring in a gang.
There is not many teams that can say they went toe-to-toe with Primal Fear and kept them on their toes.
Can't say that any of these 6 men have a glass jaw, can you?
No, not at all.
And with that slingshot, oh my God, I can't even keep up right here.
You're in headlights with all this.
What matters is that Morgan is pressing the advantage, and now instead of Primal Fear, it's the Street Gang that gets the big boots.
With the trios maneuver by the Street Gang. 1, 2, this could be, oh my God.
So close to an upset.
And Soriano kicks out with 2.
It's fair to say no one's been closer to upending Primal Fear in these challenges so far.
And look what's happening over here. Potter and Omen take out the outside members of Citywide Street Gang. The drop toe hold.
They called it before, but this time they hit it.
Connecting with 100% success right now.
All for one and one for all.
Or as Primal Fear says it, all fight, no flight. See?
Wait a second.
Oh!
Potter just got pulled into the post, and I'm pretty sure his handbags may have popped.
I definitely, wow. I might have saw 2 fly up.
Oh my God, like the birthday boy getting...
Don't bring a piñata stick to a match if you don't want to get hit with it.
Look at Hughes, look at Hughes.
Tom LaRosa just got knocked by the piñata. It's the present that keeps on giving.
And a spear by Hodder.
Birthday boy with a birthday victory.
And a 3 count.
Wow. What a birthday gift for Gabriel Hodder.
The referee just stole some candy like it was a tax that they had to pay the toll.
I don't know about you guys.
I mean, I'll take that tax. Go ahead.
Children are rushing the ring. The party is starting now. Happy birthday, Gabriel Hodder. Get your present before these piranhas devour all this candy. It is a, my goodness, it's a swarm.
I look at this. All the kids are it's crazy.
SuperKrazee Pro Wrestling is not responsible for your diabetes.
No, or the insurance to cover the kids if they get injured.
Absolutely.
Another huge win. A birthday celebration for Gabriel Hodder as the Primal Fear Open Challenge continues to be a smashing success for Primal Fear.
And our next contest is a singles bout set for 1 fall for the SuperKrazee Pro Wrestling United States Championship.
When we are back for the second half of SuperKrazee Professional Wrestling Friday Night Fully Charged here at the Pine Grove Civic Association in Gloucester City, New Jersey. I'm here with Jason Heat. Hello, sir.
Hello.
And I'm also here with Sexy Ben Rivers. And for this title fight,
And let's not ignore that this is Chris Briscoe doing the introduction.
Thank you for giving me my props there, good sir. But here comes my surrogate son, the none other, TJ Reno, from the bottom section of West Philadelphia. I gotta stand up for my son. Hang on.
The wrestling genius earned this title opportunity by winning a #1 Contenders 4-way match that included Declan Grant, Tyger Watson, and Austin Luke. And if you had any questions about whether or not my broadcast partner was going to be impartial during this match, pretty sure that just got answered with a big old no.
I've always been impartial, but I will give props to my surrogate son every day of the week.
Sorry, the definition of not impartial is giving a hug to a competitor on their way to the ring and calling them your son. The wrestling
You can
genius.
see the resemblance, though.
If I squint.
Listen, I see the resemblance of the wrestling genius and the genes of the alpha Tyger, okay?
Even the Alpha acknowledges me as the surrogate father.
The important thing is that TJ Reno is a unique competitor, a technician brawling hybrid.
And don't forget, a former United States champion.
Looking to make it 2 times. But it's a battle of a wrestling genius against a wrestling savant.
All right, to show you that I'm not impartial. Where's my one? Hang on.
Talking to the mic.
Hang on. Let me go help them.
My broadcast partner is about to go give some pity money to homeless Vaughn,
Hang on.
who is currently about to engage in his 5th title defense of the United States Championship, a 112-day reign as of the time of this recording. A man who learned professional wrestling in part by osmosis, watching from outside a department store window, looking at the TVs in a Macy's, seeing pro wrestling on the screen, literally learning by watching.
Yeah, I told you I was impartial.
Savant versus genius.
Chris, you have to move over a couple feet. I saw you give that hug to homeless Vaughn, and now you smell.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Thank you.
And now for the introductions, this contest, a 1 fall for the SuperKrazee Pro Wrestling United States Championship. When the bell rings, the official in charge of the action, Hector! Introducing first in the corner to my right, he is the challenger. Fighting out of the bottom section of West Philly, he is Pro Wrestling Genius. This is TJ Reno.
You heard that right. Bottom section of West Philadelphia. My surrogate son. Don't look at me in that tone of voice.
You got to calm down,
And
sir.
introducing opponent in the corner to my left, fighting out of Kensington, he is the current reigning, defending SuperKrazee Pro Wrestling United States Champion. Here is
Homeless Vaughn has managed to retain an incredible attitude towards life despite enduring a lifetime of hardships that would fell so many others. I mean, the amount of people in pro wrestling you hear complain over the most insignificant things, and yet Homeless Vaughn always arrives at the building, a smile on his face, ready to compete, having taken 7 buses, hitchhiked his way here, still making call time.
I'm surprised he hasn't pulled the title. I'm just calling it out there.
Some things are worth more than money, and the United States Championship is one of those things.
Ladies and gentlemen, the bell has been tolled for the United States title. Pinfall or submissions have to be happening in the confines of the ring. Title will not change hands in disqualification or counting.
2 fan favorites here tonight, Homeless Vaughn and TJ Reno. Big birthday night here. TJ Reno also celebrating a birthday. You do not want to lose a title match on your birthday. It's a little bit of extra motivation for the wrestling genius.
The now 22-year-old. That's hard to believe. He's only 22, and he's still a 7-year vet in this industry.
Listen, TJ Reno has grown up in this business.
And grown up in front of us.
Right, his father, none other than the Alpha, Reno.
I've had the honor and privilege to travel up and down the East Coast with it early on in my career.
These 2 men very familiar with each other.
I wish Homeless Vaughn would stop digging in his booty.
We all do. That's true. That's a universal wish.
TJ automatically just says, "Oh my God, that hand stinks." Went for the Colorado Tyba.
I believe that
That's the deodorant that Cheeseburger gave him.
and he's showing off his fresh scent. Listen, it's incremental growth.
That's the Dollar Tree brand of like the Cool Breeze.
Every month, Homeless Vaughn smells just a little bit better, and in reality, that's all we can ask for.
I mean, miracles in small doses.
Achievable goals.
Listen, though, as current United States champion, though, he should have been done to the back.
He has.
Pay him enough.
No, he took a bath. He's been champion for 116 days, and he has taken a bath.
I mean, at the rec center, like once every 3 weeks, maybe.
Can't let the stench get in your head. TJ Reno gotta find a way to work around that indomitable sense of smell.
I mean, they have a good ping pong team. Oh! Slamming him down in the middle of the ring. The champion rolls to the corner.
First blood goes to TJ Reno and Gravity in equal measure, and Homeless Vaughn is in a fight.
I understand the United States title is on the line, but damn, I don't think Vaughn owes him any money.
He doesn't have any money to give.
Exactly my point.
It does cost more to be poor, though. I'm sure that unfortunately Homeless Vaughn does owe a lot of people a lot of money, and that's why he's got to maintain this championship reign in order to even catch up on any of his debts. It's a systemic problem in America.
I mean, you've seen how he comes around here and he panhandles.
But I will never knock a man for his hustle.
Absolutely. And Homeless Vaughn, as we've said, has managed to turn disadvantage into incredible athleticism. He is solely focused on pro wrestling, no distractions, nothing else to keep him from this passion. And as we see, he is now currently wrestling rings around a genius.
Look at this technical prowess by both of these competitors.
Wait. Listen to the house right now.
It is split.
That is very rare.
Yes.
A little bit of a dance. And Reno starting the match in a pretty good mood, but that can change on a dime. And when Reno gets mad, he gets very, very dangerous and very intimidating.
The technical goes out the window and the powerhouse game comes up. And look at Vaughn grinding away with that side headlock.
Well, the Vaughn headlock is a more damaging move than most headlocks because it does have his underarm in your face.
I mean, he did put deodorant on.
You can put a lipstick on a pig, it still oinks.
Yeah. You spray a turd gold and it's still a turd.
Homeless Vaughn, of course, an exceptional professional wrestler, as he is proving right now. Hammerlock applied to TJ Reno. Very few men are able to outmaneuver TJ Reno on the mat. Homeless Vaughn proving to be one of them.
Reno with that side headlock. Oh, look at that emphatic shoulder block right in the middle of the ring.
Vaughn may be able to match the technical game with TJ Reno. Not going to be as successful with the power.
The size advantage is one up for TJ.
Oh!
And now it is a headlock for Homeless Vaughn as TJ Reno continues to want to out-wrestle Vaughn for the title. And once again, Vaughn into the hammerlock. He has slipped and squirmed into the advantage time after time so far, Chris.
Look at that elevated leverage that Vaughn puts on that hammerlock.
Not to mention it's on the shoulder, the injured shoulder of TJ Reno.
TJ Reno with that kinesis tape. Oh, look, stopping the feet of Vaughn.
That is one of the disadvantages of not being able to afford efficient ring gear.
Ooh, that elbow shot, the forearm right to the nose and jaw of Vaughn. Vaughn rolling out of the ring.
Often say it's very brave for any wrestler to choose to wrestle barefoot. I'm not sure in this case it's a choice. Pretty sure that Vaughn, unfortunately, not able to afford boots.
I give the advantage to Vaughn, though, because stepping on the streets of Kensington with glass everywhere, his feet are registered weapons.
They are calloused.
Registered weapons.
And Vaughn is struggling in the corner, and the referee almost looked like he was about to call it because Vaughn is nearly defenseless.
And look, you said it. TJ's now unhinged, and he went just full low right onto Vaughn with shot.
Correct. 0 to 60. That was 0 to 120.
God damn, that was just correct.
TJ Reno now about to impose his will on homeless Vaughn.
Using that full 5 count.
Reno showing why he is referred to as the brain and the brawn. You do not have to choose when it comes to TJ Reno.
And look at that extra leverage by Hangman on the neck of Vaughn.
Ever since Vaughn got launched outside, he has not been able to shake the cobwebs, and it may only be a matter of time before TJ Reno becomes a 2-time United States champion.
Vaughn goes for chops. TJ takes 2 and sends 1 back and levels your United States champion.
That one hurt my chest.
It's going to take 2 to 4 to 5 chops by homeless Vaughn to equal a single strike from TJ Reno.
Now, we mentioned the switch flipping on TJ, but we've seen on countless times the switch can also flip for the United States champion. And look at that, like that backbreaker.
Like a cat, homeless Vaughn has 9 lives. You can't count him out until every single one of them are gone, but TJ Reno's going to grind it out tonight.
Now, putting that, like that weight advantage that TJ has, putting that body of his right onto his opponent, taking that wind out of his sails.
Looking for a submission right now. Taunting Vaughn so close to the ropes.
And that modified octopus stretch, putting him in through and making him work for that air.
Reno posing, maybe getting a little too big for the proverbial britches right now. You cannot look past homeless Vaughn. The man is an escape artist worthy of Scott Free.
And looking to modify with the appendages of his hand, stretching him out to the full extent.
Such a variety of offense that TJ Reno has to work over homeless Vaughn. Very difficult to prepare for TJ Reno, and it is insane that Reno is only 22. We talked about how young RULLO is, Tim Dynamite. The extent of the talent, the depth of the talent on this roster, particularly in the youth department, it is mind-blowing.
Just the fact that we have Skid Row Academy at our fingertips here in Gloucester City, New Jersey. And look at both of these competitors going back, strike for strike, and a headbutt followed by TJ.
Reno rocked for the first time, looking a little dizzy and dazed on his feet.
That hammer throw from turnbuckle to post.
This may be the first moment we've seen Reno have to take a second to recover instead of immediately keeping on the offense.
No, I think just like his moniker, the wrestling genius is getting in that mode where he knows where he has to slow the pace down, not play homeless Vaughn's game.
TJ Reno coming into this match 3 wins in a row. Of course, homeless Vaughn with 4 in a row, or I should say 2 count there, 5 in a row, given that this will be the 5th defense and he won the title. So these are 2 wrestlers with great momentum behind them, and one of them is going to falter.
Absolutely. I could have said that better myself.
This war of attrition between these 2, both of them have something to lose and something to gain. Reno getting ready, sends Vaughn back to that turnbuckle and exploding out of the gates with a flying forearm and clothesline, leveling TJ to the mat, but Vaughn is equally in dire straits.
Yeah, flurry is not the same as a sustained rebound. Vaughn's going to have to get up, recover quickly, and press this advantage. But it's actually Reno to his feet first, using the ropes, but to his feet nonetheless.
Knife edge chop, reversal, under, flying cross body, cover.
Floats over immediately into the cover.
A 2 count.
But Vaughn is back in this. The cobwebs have been shaken off. You can see there is a clarity to that man's eyes. We have not seen this match yet.
And just like I stated before, that back elbow right to the forearm of Vaughn. Oh my God, that was a deafening shock.
Not just the nickname, the body type, the style, the acumen. Reno going and almost getting the victory.
2 count.
But TJ Reno so reminiscent of the great Chris Hero in the way that he carries himself in the
Throwback,
ring.
good sir.
And much like Chris Hero, we may be seeing TJ Reno become a knockout artist to win this match.
And he's back to grinding away, putting all his body weight onto that neck. Vaughn trying to escape out of it.
Vaughn is very slippery. Literally and figuratively has often been able to wriggle free out of holds you would expect it would be vice-like.
And the crowd is getting behind Vaughn and also equally trying to cheer on TJ. They don't know who to root for.
Very conflicted, very passionate crowd as Vaughn may be about to take a nap. Usually I'd say let the man sleep, but in this circumstance that will cost him his championship.
Grinding away, TJ is now up to a sit-down base.
TJ Reno is a very focused competitor. When he locks in, it is hard to shake him. Vaughn is trying to do just that.
With these strikes right to the midsection.
Vaughn had it scouted. Great counter into the suplex.
And both men are down. Which one will get to a vertical base first? Referee starts the count.
High impact offense is exactly what Vaughn needs right now. Has to stick and move and try and inflict maximum damage in the minimum amount of time.
Now referee up to a 4 count.
You can hear this crowd starting to bubble over. There is a real energy that is approaching as both these men take each other to their respective limits.
And that fever pitch is about to pop off. And both these men, oh, look at Vaughn going with these strikes.
And that is one difference between Vaughn and TJ Reno. Reno knows how to wrestle, but Vaughn knows how to fight in the streets. He's had to do it his whole life.
With the flying forearm, Vaughn, another back elbow, a kick up, and Vaughn is on fire.
Do not mistake his kindness for weakness. This man has survived and thrived in Kensington.
And a drop toe hold, getting ready for the 2-1-5. Here it comes, and a swing and a miss.
TJ Reno had it scouted and countered.
Oh, spine buster!
That one hurt my back.
The 2 count.
Wow.
TJ Reno, wow, throwing a look your way, Chris, and what the hell? And that's the thing, you can never count out the heart and soul of homeless Vaughn.
Like I said before, just go for the cover, do it again, make him expend that energy.
The genius is maybe looking to refocus, has to figure out a different tactic, a new technique. You get the sense that TJ Reno thought this would be over by now. TJ Reno is going for his pile driver, but instead Vaughn counters into the jackknife.
Wow. Here he comes.
For the second time, Reno looking to drive Vaughn. And for the second time, Vaughn manages to escape. Low bridge.
Reno goes over that top rope.
Immediately back up, grabs Vaughn by the hair and forcing Vaughn into the dangerous outside area.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Not on the apron.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, my God.
Backdrop right on the apron. On the hardest part of the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the least padded area of the ring.
Give me a lever and I will move a genius. Homeless Vaughn was his own fulcrum and maybe about to win on a countout. Because there is no guarantee TJ Reno is going to wake up, let alone get inside the ring.
Vaughn is outside the ring.
Theoretically, that should have broken the count.
But the referee's not in position. I'm concerned for TJ. He might have broken his back.
TJ Reno trying desperately to make his way into the ring. He's at 9. Is he going to be able to get there at the last?
Oh, my God.
At 9.5.
Oh, my God. What a horrible way to go by count out.
An inch of the second. TJ Reno makes his way in, but it might just be for Vaughn to deliver the final nail in the Genius's coffin.
Vaughn gingerly trying to get up to that top rope.
And see how much damage has been done to Vaughn as well. Two men that have beaten the tar out of each other.
Both in the deep waters of a title fight. Ladies and gentlemen, we're just getting started.
The U.S. Championship is on the line. Reno,
with a massive uppercut.
He saw the opening and he took the advantage. Now TJ Reno has menace in his mind.
High risk.
Both competitors fighting up in the high rent district right now.
Reno looks like he's feeling super. Trying to cause an avalanche. But Vaughn, a flurry of hits. And now looking for that sunset bomb!
Oh my God! Vaughn's going in for the cover. And a kick out.
The lights nearly went out for TJ Reno.
TJ Reno with that kick out, trying to almost met his maker. And Vaughn is saying, was that 3?
Negotiating, begging, pleading, as much with the ref as with a higher power to let this end, and let this end with a victory. Vaughn has Reno in his sights, but what does he have planned? What's left in the arsenal, Chris?
Vaughn is tuning up the homeless shelter right now. Reno dodges out of the way.
Big kick misses, up and over.
Oh, a swipe in the face and the ear. Shoulder block.
And now Vaughn looking to catch. Had the sunset bomb, now the sunset flip attempt.
Reno holding onto the ropes. And a 2 count.
TJ Reno
goes in for the backslide.
Again with the technicality.
Double stack.
Pile driver to homeless Vaughn.
And a 2 count.
That is the way that TJ Reno wins his matches. So this is not gone according to plan. Tenacity, instinct, dumb luck. You can name it whatever you want, but homeless Vaughn is still in this fight against all odds.
And the crowd is now shouting TJ.
They feel like he's earned it. They feel like he's worked for it, but homeless Vaughn keeps fighting.
And what a birthday gift it would be to take home that United States Championship.
But Big Sexy, when it's all you have, you hold on to that title for everything it's worth.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Uh-oh.
TJ Reno lifts Vaughn up. Drop kick to the small of the back.
Can we see it?
Ladies and gentlemen, the 215.
He can't afford a phone, but he still has an area code.
Yes. From the mean streets.
Smelliest moonsault ever.
And a kick out.
Wow. 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 Vaughn is have to dig down deep. I don't think he has anything left in his gas tank.
That's the question at this point. Who has something that they haven't shown the world before? Because that's what it's going to take. And oh boy, he took off that shirt and the odor is wafting this way. I was unaware of how much work that shirt was doing. Kick right upside the mush. Homeless Vaughn.
And a kick out of 2.
Incredible. Incredible. It's going to take everything these men have and more.
And homeless Vaughn, the switch has been flipped. You can see that he is meaning, like everything is putting on the line. You may not understand them, ladies and gentlemen, but you can feel for them.
One of the most empathetic men on the roster, TJ Reno, flinging Homeless Vaughn right onto his head and neck.
Right into the turnbuckle, nonetheless.
No finesse, no technique. That was pure power.
Look at this.
For the second time.
Oh, wow.
Another one.
He went for the wig. Wow.
It's academic. It's not necessary. You don't have to go for a third, a fourth over the course of this match.
This is just overkill.
And instead, it's
Another package
pile-driver.
double stack.
There's no coming back from this.
3. We have a new United States champion.
The winner of the match, and new SuperKrazee Pro Wrestling United States Champion,
TJ Reno, on his birthday, ascends and becomes a 2-time United States champion. Homeless Vaughn carried that belt with honor, with grace. He was a fighting champion, and it is heartbreaking to see Vaughn lose not only what he cared most about in the world, but maybe literally all he had in the world.
Give a tip, a feather in the cap of Homeless Vaughn. He was an amazing champion, but the victor, none other than the wrestling genius, TJ Reno.
At 22 years, TJ Reno is this good. It is scary to think how great he is going to be. And we will see this man challenged and tested in the weeks and months to come. TJ Reno, celebrate tonight because the journey is just beginning.
Absolutely. Not only a 2-time Skid Row heavyweight champion, but now current United States champion.
And a moment of tipping the cap to his opponent and the previous champion. In a class act, TJ Reno leaves the ring to Homeless Vaughn as he is feted by the crowd, and we are left to give our flowers to the former champion.
I'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
An incredible match, a contest between two great competitors. What is next for Homeless Vaughn?
Oh, wait a minute. Patrick Raymond's in the ring, pummeling away at your former United States champion.
This is the exact same thing that Patrick Raymond did to Samael Fawzi. He attacked after Fawzi had undergone a hellacious match with Jordan Oliver, and now he's doing the same thing again to Homeless Vaughn.
And he's got a pair of scissors. Did you see what he threw in the ring?
This man,
A pair of scissors.
this man's a punk. And I
yeah.
don't mean that in the positive way. He's not a rebel.
No. He is a punk, a beaten and battered Homeless Vaughn, and he comes in and just preys on the helpless victim.
He is about to take a chunk of hair from Homeless Vaughn. Wait, someone stop this. This is so disrespectful. Homeless Vaughn has lost his title, and tonight he's lost his dignity.
I am flabbergasted at this moment. I would never see the level of depravity that Patrick Raymond.
Raymond left the building He didn't go into the locker room. He left out the front door. He has excommunicated himself from the locker room, and clearly he is not being policed the way that wrestlers police themselves.
Clearly still upset after his loss earlier on this evening.
Okay, well then go cry about it.
I'm sure he's done that.
Go right on social media.
I'm sure he's done that. And people have told him to stop being a baby. So now he's got to show him, I'm a man. I'm not a baby. I'm a big boy.
Don't let him in the locker room after this.
Our next contest is a singles bout set for one fall.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming through, making his way to the ring is none other than Alec Price. His first time here being in SuperKrazee Professional Wrestling.
One of the hottest wrestlers in the entire nation, making his way here to Friday night, fully charged. If you're not familiar with him, you're in for a treat. The Prize City OG, the former independent wrestling champion of the world, has made his way to SuperKrazee Pro Wrestling.
Oh, then we're definitely in for a treat.
City, East Boston, Massachusetts. He is the Northeast Beast.
The Northeast Beast. The QB of this coastline. Alec Price is here. We have seen his tag team partner Jordan Oliver in action many times.
Come on, music. You don't even know that you got a world-class wrestler in this ring right now, and you're over here with your mixed reviews. How about you shut your goddamn face? I am from this bum trash state. I am from Gloucester City, whatever the hell you call it, and honestly, all of you guys are nothing but garbage.
He's a man that knows garbage. He's a man that takes out garbage. He comes to you from Boston, Mass.
And he's going to be facing one of the longest reigning champions in our history. And none other than this kid is 18 years old.
Let's welcome him back properly.
Let me give you the intro. A two-time Skid Row heavyweight champion.
Yep.
The youngest Skid Row heavyweight champion.
Yup.
None other, the youngest SuperKrazee heavyweight champion.
Yup.
I give you, ladies and gentlemen,
What a wild turn of events it is to hear Devious cast receive such a warm ovation and to see America's author cast in the role of defender of SuperKrazee Pro Wrestling. I mean, he has been the primary antagonist of this company for the better part of several years.
he held the title for almost a full year before losing it to Samael Fawzi.
What a hell of a run that was.
As Chris mentioned, Devious Cass, only 18 years old, has been wrestling since he was 12. There is a reason this kid has an ego. There's a reason he's arrogant, and it's because he has been so successful so soon in his career. But he is now facing, as we mentioned, someone who has been crowned and recognized as the independent wrestling champion of the world.
When you've held the title and you've had multiple title reigns at a young age, you deserve that damn chip on your shoulder.
No one's got a chip on their shoulder like the Prize City OG. So unpredictable, so innovative, always in control. even when it feels like he's careening wildly off field, Alec Price always has a plan. This is going to be a real test of exactly how good Devious Cass is compared to how good Devious Cass thinks that he is.
Cass has been wrestling since 15 years old, been
12.
training. 12? Oh my God.
12, yep.
6 years of vet at only 18 years of age. We clearly do not have labor laws in this city.
Thankfully, he didn't start wrestling in this city. He was of age when he did jump over to Gloucester City, okay?
That is a man who is very dedicated to protecting the legal status of this company.
You're absolutely right. We ain't been around for almost 9 years doing stupid stuff.
That's world-class wrestling right there.
You want to talk about two men who are going to be willing to put their body on the line to get this win. That is Devious Cass and Alec Price in an instant. Quick covers here, Chris.
Yes. Not necessarily covers. They're just going toe-to-toe for moves and just trying to feel each other out.
Well, pinning predicaments, trying to get early advantages, very fast feeling out process. We expect this to be a very fast-paced match.
Another misdirection. Shoulder block by Alec.
If Devious Cass is the future of pro wrestling, Alec Price is the present. I'm not sure he's willing to relinquish that spot just yet.
Another misdirection.
No one is ever willing to relinquish the spot. He's going to make Devious Cass earn that spot.
Referee almost got taken out.
That reversal, backflip, super kick, met with a back elbow by Price.
Incredible athleticism by Alec Price.
And ladies and gentlemen, you're on for a treat.
Reversed with a handstand. Devious Cass continues to write his own story, and that is why he is America's offer.
Look at these flurries of strikes from Cass. Mule drop kick right into the turnbuckle. Price puts him almost out of the ring. And the veteran Price is now taking a breather outside. Cass is out. He's getting ready to load up. Take a look, Mr. Heat.
Devious Cass gonna go flying, but Alec Price had it scouted. Both men whiffing.
And a massive boot to Price. Look at this hangman right here. Oh my God!
Spike DDT right onto the apron. You heard Alec Price call it off with his head. There is a hushed silence because we are not sure that Devious Cass is okay.
And our official Sarge went out immediately to check to see that impaling spike of that DDT on the hardest part of the ring.
We've seen a lot of great wrestlers, Big Sexy, make their way to Friday night fully charged, but Alec Price is on another level.
Listen, I hope during post-production of tonight's event, we get a double replay of that brutal DDT on the apron.
Look at the vitriol that's coming from Alec Price with those shots in the corner right there on Devious Cass.
The audience was not prepared for the level of violence and brutality that Alec Price came in willing to inflict on Devious Cass.
Do you think the referee's being a little lenient with the hair pulling and then the ground and pound right into that ring?
No one wants to see this match end in a disqualification. Sarge is doing what he needs to do in order to make sure that we see who the better man is between the present and the future.
These two gladiators, as you know, it looks like we're in Roman days with going back and forth like this. Cass is blocking, swinging and miss by Price. Roll up and a 2 count.
Did he just call us cabbage? I swore he said, "You guys are cabbage."
I'm pretty sure he said garbage.
Oh, garbage.
The garbage man likes to take out the trash. He considers all of us trash. Drive by, center of the ring.
Well, you can park that car somewhere else, but it goes in for the cover and a 2 count.
Something about garbage.
A little bit of an argument here between Price and the referee. And now taking out that frustration on the midsection of Devious Cass. Devious Cass doesn't hide anything about his strategy. The name Devious is literally in his wrestling name. But compared to Alec Price, Devious Cass may be a nice guy.
And a 2 count.
Clasp of the hands there by Alec Price. His technique is immaculate.
The accordion, like folding Cass up like an accordion. Folding Cass like an accordion with that back suplex. And then drilling down on that knee and that ankle.
Folding up Devious Cass like he wants to recycle him.
Can I ask, where is Alec Price from?
Boston.
He's from Boston. So for a guy from Boston who claims to not be from this town and all that stuff, he sure said the most Jerseyest thing ever. Garbage.
Look at the Indian Deathlock going on right here.
He literally calls himself the Prize City OG.
The Prize City OG?
Yeah, Boston. The Prize City OG. The Northeast Beast, and he is about to defeat the longest reigning SuperKrazee Pro Wrestling champion in history.
And not many men can claim that feat.
And look at Cass going for the ropes.
I mean, when's the last time you've ever seen Devious Cass in such a vulnerable position?
Look at that single leg crab.
Well, what kind of crab is it? It's a Boston crab by the Prize City OG.
And it looks like garbage.
It looks great.
It does. I'm not going to be right. I give credit where credit is due, and that was a hell of a Boston crab.
Technically a half crab.
The North Philly grit
Still
from
from
Devious
Boston.
Cass. The America's author is putting boots right to the heel, using that heel kick of right to the face of Alec Price.
I will say, as a proud Marylander, there's nothing like a Maryland blue crab, but I suppose a Boston crab is good if you can't get a blue one.
I like a lobster bisque.
I mean, I'm pretty biased. I don't eat seafood, so I wouldn't know what you guys are talking about.
And now looking for the full Boston. Oh, wait. Literally in the ropes. The cover doesn't count.
Oh, immediately broke up. Look at Cass grabbing his leg there. You can writhing in pain. Reverses out of that. He's limping as well.
Big swing by Alec Price. Cass getting such height with the knee, but clutching his leg.
See, now, when Cass was in positions like this, you got to wonder, will that infamous chair play a role in tonight's matchup?
Screaming to Price to get up. And a massive lariat.
We're seeing a lot of heart out of Devious Cass. We're really seeing this kid mature in front of our eyes. What a transition! Rolling through the bottom rope. Insane proprioception by Devious Cass, Chris.
The assisted enziguri. Cass is now up on the...
But got caught up in the ropes.
Wow.
Cass is still writhing in pain, even though delivering that single leg drop kick.
And appreciative of applause here by the SuperKrazee faithful, because they're saying things they've never seen before.
Sunset flip over the top rope.
And you know what that wasn't? It wasn't garbage.
Devious Cass making his way to the top rope yet again.
Rolls through.
Blue Thunder Bomb!
Wow. And almost a 3 count.
The Northeast Beast nearly got put out to pasture
by America's author, none other than Devious Cass.
The man who has been prophetic about his own career. He has called his shots, and he has more often than not gotten them right, looking to establish a huge, potentially career-making victory here over the former independent champion of the world.
And look at the hometown crowd. SuperKrazee is cheering on Devious Cass. That super kick right to Price. Goes for a stop.
Roll up. Tried to grab the tights, but couldn't find him. Big slaps across the face of Devious Cass.
That will knock around your eardrum. Tilt-a-whirl DDT.
Alec Price, tight cover.
And a 2 count.
Wow. Man, it's the technique then, of Alec Price. I mean, yes, he's explosive, but his technique is what sets him apart.
Now, ladies and gentlemen,
Absolutely. Oh my God.
like a guided missile, Price levels Cass right to the floor.
Willing to sacrifice his body is Alec Price.
What a way to make an impact on your debut. Oh!
Springboard, side in cutter. And a 2 count.
There's no more authoritative statement that you could make than defeating the longest rated champion in a company's history in your debut. You want to set yourself up as a player for months and years to come. You win this match.
Yes, in his own house.
We talk a lot in literature about the death of the author. I'm not sure it was ever meant to be quite this literal.
This is not the death of the salesman. Price is now stalking his opponent.
A knee to the shoulder is...
I don't care! Shut your goddamn mouth!
The crowd clearly beginning to get to the Northeast Beast. Tired of listening to the garbage in the front row.
Oh my God, these shots are just thudding.
Keeps talking
Whatever you do
garbage
is
too.
face, Buster.
And look at Cass, he just collapsed.
The busta of the busta and the brain, and we have seen the damage Jordan Oliver has done, and Jordan Oliver is the more reasoned, well-mannered of the two. Think about that for a second.
Exactly. I'm at a loss for words.
The fact that you made Sexy Ben Rivers speechless, that's a feat in itself.
Oh, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was Alec Price. It's the viciousness, the casual cruelty of Alec Price in the name of a victory.
Oh, knife edge chop by putting Cass on the top rope. Another one. Cass is he's just gassed out. He's collapsed. Look, there is no life coming out of Cass right now.
It's the intensity of Alec Price that can't be matched.
These shots right into the side. Is Cass blocking?
Yes, he is. He's gripping that rope.
Attempting to at the very least.
If worst case scenario, attempting to at least soften the impact if he manages to pull this off.
We may be about to see an avalanche.
America's author is fighting back, and look at this. Getting him, setting him up.
Powerbomb position.
And those forearm shots right to the back of the neck.
Did you hear him? Neither man was able to accomplish their objective. And now both out of the corner.
Just letting gravity do the work. Double stop right to the back of the shoulder blades.
Alec Price is vulnerable. And Cass gets it.
A 3 count. Jason, you have to give it to both of these competitors in this ring. But the reigning in this victory is none other than America's author, Devious Cass.
Alec Price proving that he is the toughest test you can put in front of any young wrestler. But America's author passed it. He wrote the essay, and the title was Devious Cass, Best in the SuperKrazee universe.
Our next contest is a triple threat bout set for one fall.
I see you shucking and jiving over there, Mr. Heat, but here we come with none other than Nick Battee.
This triple threat match, not only an amazing collection of incredible athletes, but also for the #1 contendership for the Skid Row title, currently held by Tiberius Asante. 3 of my favorite wrestlers in the area. And first up, it is the Focus, Nick Battee. Charismatic, cinematic, live action attraction. Nick Battee knows how to find the limelight. He knows how to find the lens, and few men are as fluid as Nick Battee is in the ring.
I have to agree. I've only been blessed with his calling his matches a few times, and it's been an amazing thing to watch.
And now making his singles debut here at SuperKrazee, it's the Hellraiser Stargazer, the supersonic specter of this space sector, the Twilight highlight himself.
You know who it is, the charismatic, cinematic, live action attraction.
Clearly, Nick Battee knows how to upstage an opponent. You have something to say?
Can I trust you with these?
Yes, absolutely.
Can I trust you?
Yes, sir. He chose not to. Moonshot, Max St. Giovanni representing the Ace of Space Academy, the second man in this #1 contendership triple threat. Nick Battee, fluid. MSG Max St. Giovanni.
And now
explosive.
None other.
Well, no man may be more hardworking than this wrestler. I think that Juni Underwood is the hardest working pro wrestler of the last year and a half.
And here's an interesting fact. Juni Underwood started his wrestling journey 3.5 years ago.
He has been a lost boy. He's been a pyro prince. And now he is looking to become the man he has always been meant to be. A lot of people in wrestling are fighting for something. Juni Underwood, very honestly, is fighting through something. The man has been very public about his demons, issues with mental health, and that he uses pro wrestling to fight through all those bad thoughts. He is looking to finally establish himself firmly as one of the top single star on the scene tonight. What a night for Juni Underwood to do just that. Max St. Giovanni, 1/4 of the Ace of Space Academy, the younger brother of New Jersey legend LSG, Leon St. Giovanni. This is an opportunity for MSG to step out of his brother's shadow and shine in his own supersonic light.
And here he is giving his shades to someone in the audience, one of the kids there. Oh, and the bell has been told. Nick Battee.
Did I hear you correctly? Moonshot is the brother of LSG?
The younger brother of LSG, MSG, Moonshot, Max St. Giovanni. Quick cover there by Juni Underwood, followed by a quick cover by MSG, and you are seeing just how fast this action is going to flow.
I definitely see the resemblance.
And with a little bit of assistance from MSG, that enziguri from Juni Underwood, both level the focus.
Forget being a debut. This is an opportunity for Moonshot to launch himself into the stratosphere, and now fist bump Nick Battee out of the spotlight. It'll be Juni Underwood going one-on-one for at least a moment with Moonshot.
Moonshot.
Pretty badass name. Moonshot.
Wrist control.
Sounds like
Juni
a car
Underwood.
wax.
He's got to reach for the moon because he's already a star. Can't wait to collect my check for that one. And now, quick cover there by Juni Underwood for a second time. A man who trained under the world famous Cheeseburger, and you can see all of those amazing pinfall combinations that Juni Underwood has picked up.
The word that to describe Juni is frenetic. There is not, he is so fast, he's so chaotic, but fluid in his motions.
Listen, guys, you guys keep using all these big words, and I don't understand what they mean, so I'm going to start taking them as disrespect. Watch your mouths. I'm going to have some issues.
Suicide dive by MSG.
And it seems like there's been a gentleman's agreement between MSG and Juni Underwood to keep Nick Battee out of this match.
That's a smart strategy.
Battee is very well known for rubbing people the wrong way.
Absolutely. He's no stranger here in SuperKrazee. Neither is Juni Underwood.
It's the easiest way to keep him unfocused.
And chaotic neutral Juni Underwood showing exactly why you can never expect anything from this man.
Well, he did roll for initiative over that top rope and scored with that crossbody.
However, this is not falls count anywhere.
And it is first fall to a finish. It is not an elimination. You've got to pin or submit one of your opponents. That means you need to incapacitate the other one for at least 3 seconds.
Absolutely.
A little bit of this.
Or 5.
A little bit of that.
Juni Underwood attempting a package pile driver, but Moonshot escapes. Slingshot maneuver there by Moonshot.
Moonshot. Flying back elbow onto Juni, leveling him in the middle of the mat.
Stargazer Hellraiser gets tripped up.
And Nick goes in.
Wondering when we'd see him again.
Unsurprisingly, Nick Battee looking to take the focus away from these 2 other wrestlers.
And uses the middle rope on both competitors and then shoves Juni Underwood right into the ring post.
Nick Battee is wrestling to feed his ego. Look at him capture just the right shot of the back of Moonshot's head before he starts driving elbows into the back of it.
Lining up, setting up the focus with that exposure, now grinding away with that rear naked choke.
Left just a little bit stunned.
Oh, head-to-head meeting of the minds between the two.
Whether intentional or happy accident, Nick Battee, so effective, so fast. Cover there and Moonshot.
Kick out.
Wow. If you blink, you missed that.
Nick Battee might be arrogant and his dancing might be awkward, but boy, in the ring, he is smooth as silk and so dangerous.
And second to none.
And look at Juni kind of going through.
Juni almost looked like he was trying to get a bite out of Nick Battee.
And the hangman on that top rope right there.
There's a reason he's chaotic and neutral. I mean, truly, at this point in time, Juni Underwood has no moral alignment. He's just doing stuff. Battee, great positioning in the center of the ring.
And a kick out of 2.
I mean, that's Juni's usual MO. He just does stuff.
And a lot of times it works.
Absolutely.
And Battee's just grinding away with those forearms right now. He's just shouting to the crowd.
He wants to make sure they're all paying attention.
Pay attention to this matchup.
Beautiful suplex.
Nick Battee has never lost focus of exactly what he is trying to accomplish here, and that is to become the #1 contender for the Skid Row Heavyweight Championship, but didn't have his eyes on Juni Underwood.
That momentary distraction, not paying attention with the eyes in the back of the head. Look at that. Wow. Elevated enziguri.
The extension on the leg of Juni Underwood.
That extension and adulation on top of it.
Look at that height of Juni Underwood.
There's a lot going on underneath the surface of this.
Wow.
There's a lot. There's a lot in the mind of Juni Underwood that needs to be worked through, and it is really to the detriment of Nick Battee.
I'm not complaining. This is great.
I think everything's been to the detriment of Nick Battee right now.
Juni Underwood is a complicated young man, and it is to pro wrestling's game. now Moonshot Max St. Giovanni. 2-for-1 special.
You gotta wonder how much that took out of Max St. Giovanni. Moonshot.
Less than it took out of Nick Battee and Juni Underwood, who are both writhing in pain.
That moonshot with the power bomb, suplex combo from Juni onto Nick Battee. All three competitors giving everything they got in this match. Again, for the #1 contendership for Tiberius Asante's title.
Moonshot wants to become the #1 contender, wants to get that Skid Row heavyweight title and put it right around his orbit. Now
we're in the middle of a tennis match between Underwood and Moonshot.
You say tennis, I say ping pong.
I say kasproing.
Either way, Nick Battee is the ball, and Juni Underwood is the flipper.
Like a dolphin?
No, like a man who flips and kicks you with his feet.
Oh.
Oh yeah, your toes.
Appreciate that Juni is able to pivot so quickly. Okay, I'm not going to hit Nick. I'll hit Moonshot.
And once again, it's Juni Underwood just doing stuff.
Just doing stuff, Juni Underwood. That's a t-shirt.
Absolutely. I just do stuff.
Roll for damage. Speaking of damage, a lot just got done. Major HP down for Nick Battee as Moonshot intercepted because, again, this is not elimination. Whoever's not involved in the fall loses the shot, and they're not even integral to the decision.
Moonshot, forearm shot to Juni. Juni returned to sender.
Wild to think that Juni Underwood is under 4 years in the business. How much Juni Underwood has improved in such a short time is so impressive.
I have to agree.
Few wrestlers keep up the pace and the schedule of Juni Underwood.
I mean, he's been all across the United States, and for his growth in this short amount of time is astounding.
It's been huge, and it's exactly proved that that's what's necessary. Of course, Nick Battee has been making great appearances recently in Beyond Wrestling, showing why he is the focus.
That face buster with that backbreaker combo.
Movie star, good looks, stuntman-like action, Nick Battee.
And a kick out of 2.
Nearly took that #1 contendership.
And look at him grinding away with that rear naked choke into a sleeper hold.
Trying to put the lights out.
Moonshot in.
Double German suplex there by Moonshot Max St. Giovanni. Getting ready to launch himself into the stratosphere.
And look at that springboard and Zagori. 1, 2, and a 3 count. Moonshot wins your #1 contendership.
What an incredible moment for Moonshot Max St. Giovanni. And we now know coming up very soon, it is going to be Moonshot versus Tiberius Asante for the Skid Row Heavyweight Championship. We don't know when, but we do know where. It's going to be here at SuperKrazee Pro Wrestling.
Gloucester City, y'all ready for this main event? Hey, yo, Gloucester City, y'all been making a lot more noise than that all night long. Let me ask you one more time. Are you ready for the main event?
It's his first time challenging for a title here at SuperKrazee Pro Wrestling. A man who has greatly impressed SKPW officials and is having a breakout year, Chris, with notable matches for promotions like Beyond Wrestling and the Wrestling Open. He may well be your next SuperKrazee Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, the Wonder Boy, Brian Morris.
I've only been graced with his presence multiple times, about 2 or 3 times here at SuperKrazee Professional Wrestling. For everything that you see, regardless of his arrogance, he does back it up.
Sly, cunning, and cerebral. It's a real match of head versus heart, because Brian Morris is going to have to use all his cunning to take down the heart and soul of SKPW.
Why'd you stop it?
One more time.
Big Sexy just got called out by the champion.
All right, guys, y'all better cheer now.
What the hell's going on over here?
The entrance so nice, we had to do it twice. More like 2.5 times. The SuperKrazee Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, the President of the Republic of Fawzi, Samael Fawzi. He is walking in today, 112 days as champion.
And this has been a new mode of Samael Fawzi. Seems to be having these pressure moments, these pressure cooker moments, and always is coming out on top. Last he faced Patrick Raymond was still victorious.
A definitive victory where Raymond's body literally gave out on him because of the extent of the punishment and how deep into the water Samael Fawzi took him.
And then the initial victory while gaining the title over Devious Cass, who we had the pleasure here earlier tonight.
It was 2 months ago that we saw Fawzi take it to his limit against Jordan Oliver, and let's take it to MLJ for our ring inductions.
This is the main event for Friday night, fully charged. It is a singles bout set for one fall for the SuperKrazee Pro Wrestling Championship. When the bell rings, the official in charge of the action is the Sarge. Introducing first and a quarter to my right, he is the challenger, fighting out of East Rutherford, New Jersey, with an official weight of 195 pounds, Wonder Boy, Raymond Morris. And introducing his opponent in the corner to my left, representing the Fawzi Republic with an official weight of 200 pounds, he is the current reigning, defending SuperKrazee Pro Wrestling Champion. He is the President, Samael
You see Brian Morris's body language. He is couched, he is coiled, he is ready to strike. There are few more complete pro wrestlers on the scene right now than Brian Morris, who's
Like he just grabbed the title.
staring at it, getting a taste. You do not kiss another man's title. That is equivalent to kissing another man's partner. A premature celebration here by Brian Morris, and don't get it twisted, Chris. This is very intentional to cause exactly that kind of reaction in the head of Samael Fawzi.
Playing the mental chess, creating those minefields prematurely in the champion's mind.
That wasn't just first strike. That might have actually already been putting Fawzi in check.
Right out of the gate comes in with the mule kick, drop kick.
Quick action by the explosive Samael Fawzi. Executive order clearly being signed against Brian Morris. We talked about this being head versus heart. No one has the heart of Samael Fawzi, but he is facing increased pressure. The longer he holds this belt, the more he feels the need to successfully defend it, especially in the face of someone like Brian Morris. Imagine Brian Morris representing our company as champion.
It would be disheartening to the man that just did a Superman dive outside the ring and then dove off the top rope for a 2-count cover.
Brian Morris immediately retreating to the ropes. Very smart. He can't be attacked if he is in the ropes. That's that cerebral nature to Brian Morris. Constantly playing defense, but does leave him open potentially. To some percussion.
Echoing off the building here. Hand meets chest.
Being played like a bongo drum.
And that was a little bit more thudding than slap.
He's trying to cave in the chest of Brian Morris.
And Morris shoving the champion right into the corner there.
Morris got 2 of those big overhand chops and was very intent not to experience a third.
And look at that back elbow, and now a reversal from the champion. Another back elbow.
Such precise technique, great defense by Brian Morris.
Oh, up and over, landing awkwardly, and just the ribs meeting the side of the mat.
Champion incapacitated on the outside. Brian Morris lying in wait on the inside, but you cannot win the title on a count out, so Brian Morris is going to have to try and get Fawzi back in the ring and see how quickly he can capitalize.
Brian Morris not expecting to have this leverage on top of the champion in this early stage of the match. That injury may come pay dividends for him later.
Morris very opportunistic though. Always ready to take advantage when a situation presents itself. Rolling Fawzi in, taking a moment to scout exactly where Fawzi is in terms of his physical condition.
And looking to grab the small of his back. And those forearm shots, those knuckles meeting the top of the head.
Morris, such a confident wrestler.
No wasted motion.
Never questions himself. No recriminations. And that is a knee right between the eyes, followed by a cover.
And a 2-count.
To Morris's point, that referee was just a half-second out of position. That could have been a win right there for Brian Morris.
This game of inches that they are playing that back elbow, the point of that elbow right to the back of the head.
Brian Morris knows exactly what his physical advantages and disadvantages are. He is not the strongest. 2-count right there. He's not the strongest, but he's got bony friggin' arms, and he will drive those elbows into you and do damage.
You are 100% correct there, Jason. But look at the pain. You can see the gasp that Samael is going through.
We know that Fawzi is a late game player. Fawzi has a whole other tank of oxygen in there. You cannot count Fawzi out even when it seems like he's being overmatched in the early going.
Oh, and just when you thought he was going to have a mote of steam there, it's taking the wind out of the sails right with that lariat across the neck.
And if Brian Morris does have an Achilles heel, it is that need, despite himself, for approval of the crowd. You will see him jaw jack. You will see him get into these arguments because despite everything he says, he clearly wants the love and adulation of the people. He's just not willing to change to get it.
I'm sorry, I've heard this word too many times in my recent history, but narcissistic is what you would call it.
Yeah, 100%.
Got to call him like you see him, and I see a narcissist in Brian Morris. I agree.
Now,
back elbow drop.
That being said, I will never take away from Brian Morris his ability to adapt to any situation. Do you see what I'm talking about? He takes that beating, knows right when to answer.
Look at Fawzi, though, so explosive. But Brian Morris
nowhere. And look at that Morris cutter, goes for a cover, and a 2 count.
We almost had a new champion.
It's incremental progress. It is death by 1,000 cuts when you are wrestling.
It's a war of attrition.
You are wrestling Brian Morris. It's not one move. It's not the second move. It's the accumulation where suddenly you go, oh, I'm bleeding from 1,000 cuts.
Absolutely. But Brian Morris clearly at a smaller disadvantage, being that he has to beat Samael Fawzi to win the SuperKrazee Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship.
In the confines of the ring.
Absolutely.
Cannot change hands.
And no DQs, none of that. It's 1, 2, 3, or make him tap.
The rules do not benefit Brian Morris in this situation. And we know that Fawzi's never going to take the cheap or the easy way out.
Absolutely. He's our president. Oh!
Assisted enziguri from the top rope.
A president I would vote for if I was given the opportunity.
Listen, Samael Fawzi's a man who prides himself on showing he's a fighting champion.
Took the head off of Brian Morris.
Oh, a 2 count.
Survives the near decapitation. Brian Morris is no Ichabod Crane. He lived through it.
Fawzi's getting back up, almost to a vertical base.
Both men slow to rise, though. They have expended a lot of energy very early on in this match. Fawzi needing to reset.
You stated that Fawzi has this tank, that when he turns on, he is all gas.
He's a late game player. He can get into a second or third act. But with that said, when those reserves are gone, they are gone. And if Brian Morris can keep it going long enough, I do believe that Morris overall may have the cardio advantage.
I have to agree with you on that.
Oh, a vicious leg lariat from Brian Morris.
Here we go.
Cover here by Brian Morris. Great deep stack. And in part, the reason that Morris has the cardio advantage is because he's better at pacing himself.
Overall, yes.
Fawzi will throw everything into it, whereas you can see that Brian Morris is constantly conserving himself.
Fawzi is more incremental burst than anything else.
And Brian Morris grabbing a title belt. Not sure if it is our title belt or another one held by the fan, but
well, that is the our heavyweight championship belt.
This is a bold but perhaps misguided strategy. He will get himself disqualified if he hits Fawzi with this title.
And as Chris mentioned earlier, the title does not change hands in a disqualification.
But instead, it was all a distraction. Morris orchestrated the attention of the referee away, and he went low.
And that is new meaning to any means necessary.
And look at that brainbuster-like suplex. And a kick out of 2, just cradling the shoulder up.
Smart strategy. Not legal, not ethical, still very intelligent, but Fawzi, despite all the difficulty doing it, really proving to have some testicular fortitude there.
It's funny that you mentioned that because you saw the level of kick out. He kicked out just with his shoulders.
And now Fawzi almost captured Brian Morris in a move more reminiscent of Morris's playbook. Holy Lord!
Oh!
Fawzi goes in for the cover.
Morris landed very hard on his head and neck.
Wow.
That was more of a death rattle than a kick out.
Very few to zero men can say they've kicked out of that Falcon Arrow.
Again, Brian Morris's intelligence immediately rolling over. He's by those ropes. Fawzi can go for another cover, but Morris will just grab that bottom rope immediately.
And Samael calling for the belt.
And now it's Fawzi considering
I gotta do this.
Gonna press the easy button.
You know better. Come on. I gotta do this.
he'll get disqualified, but he won't lose the title. But this is not the Fawzi that we know.
Absolutely. This is not the Fawzi I voted for. Oh, no.
And now pushing the referee. And Brian Morris took advantage. Referee was down. Kick right to the head.
And a kick out of two. Inadvertently getting the drop kick with the title to the head. And he still kicks out.
It's a moral lesson for Fawzi. You can't afford to take a shortcut.
It almost blew up in his face.
I mean, it literally blew up in his face. It just almost cost him the title in addition.
Do you think the pressure is getting to Fawzi right now?
I think the pressure's getting to Morris right now. Morris is starting to go apoplectic and just got shoved down by the referee.
What? I mean, listen, we breed officials that stand up for themselves here in SuperKrazee Pro Wrestling.
Both referees has gotten in the head of the referee. Complete shot by Fawzi. Huge move by the champion, and he retains. We saw here the object lesson, gentlemen. When Fawzi loses himself, he loses.
Whoa. I see some of y'all again have to leave. I'm tired too, damn. This is your speech. Very quick speech from the president. Samael Fawzi. So sit back and enjoy. Here's the thing. My hip, I think I shattered it when I felt this little thing where I flipped. But you people made sure I felt good enough to come back and get the victory. So thank you very much. Now, but I see people still starting to move. Mecca! Brian Johnson called me out earlier, and he said he wanted a shot at this. And to be fair, bud, you earned it. But one thing for sure, two things for certain. You were not voted to be the president. Samael Fawzi was voted to be the president. And because of that, the next time I see you, I'm gonna beat your ass.
Yes, sir.
Samael Fawzi retains the SKPW Heavyweight Championship. What an amazing night. Chris, take us home.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Christopher Bristow on the stick here at the Pine Grove Civic Association here in Gloucester City, New Jersey for SuperKrazee Professional Wrestling. Friday night, fully charged. My name, Christopher Bristow, here with Sexy Ben Rivers.
Big Sexy Ben Rivers.
And Jason Heat.
We'll see you next month. Thank you so much for joining us.
Get home safe, ladies and gentlemen.